What's up, everyone? It's DSP, and welcome to another edition of DSP's Inbox, in a little bit of a different setting this time. It's kind of funny, I've lived here at this condo for over a year, and I really never set up the bedroom. It was a real big mess. I had this jalopy of a computer desk that I had taken from my last place where I was living that was falling apart, and I had nothing set up in here. It was pretty much just a bed and a dresser and stuff like that. So that's actually what I was doing this past weekend. I actually went out to IKEA and bought this nice 3-tier computer desk. Was able to build it myself overnight. And let me tell you something about IKEA. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a bunch of Swedish people who own the company. It's a Swedish company. And it's funny because when you go to build their furniture, there's no words at all. Like, there's no instructional words. It's just try to figure out how to do this with pictures with absolutely no description. So I'm going to be honest with you, it wasn't exactly the easiest thing to set up. When I was trying to build this thing, some of the stuff's like, put this here and then jam, but there's no arrows either, so you're like, you gotta put this here and wiggle this here, and you didn't really take screws or anything to build this. It's more of, one of those, they try to make it easy so that anyone can build it, even if you don't have drills or anything like that. But it was an undertaking, but I got it together, and this is my new setup in my bedroom for, getting on the internet and all that. I've got my wireless printer here, which I've had for a while, which is pretty cool. I can print from anywhere in the condo. So yeah, this is just, I thought a little bit of a change of atmosphere would be pretty cool for this video. I love this thing. Let me tell you, I know I've been mentioning it previously in a couple of videos that I had updated my Cafe Press website. It's www.cafepress.com/DarkSidePhil, where you can get all kinds of Dark Side Phil merchandise. But let me tell you, this beer stein is so awesome. For the past, week since I got it, I've been walking around the condo with it in my hand, just drinking out of it constantly. Not beer, right here I have some water, because, with this video, my mouth will probably get dry. But it's just freaking awesome, and it's funny because my friends were like, oh, so now you think you're like a regal king now? Really? You walk around with your goblet? I was like, well, I just think it's a pretty cool thing. But that's just one example of the stuff that's up at Cafe Press. And what I'm going to be doing, like I said, I did buy a lot of it. Unfortunately, the shirts that I bought are in the wash right now. But once all that stuff is available to show you guys, I will be showing you a lot more of it. Just so, again, for the holidays, a lot of people last year asked for this kind of stuff. In fact, I did get an email. It's not in my questions for today, but one of the emails in the inbox was, do you have merch available? So apparently, the word, I haven't spread it far enough. Yes, go to Cafe Press and check it out. And more about that later on, obviously, as we get towards the holidays and once I get to demo a lot of that stuff for you guys. But anyway, a nice hefty dose of questions for today's DSP inbox video. Remember, I have no time limit, so I'm going to try to go as long as I need, and I'll probably split it around 10 to 15 minutes. But a couple things. The first thing I want to tell everyone, which I've already said in my last channel update, but I just want to remind everyone I have a Twitter account now. It's at twitter.com/TheKingOfHateHD. And if you go there, I'm really primarily going to be using that to explain what I'm doing with my game playthroughs through this gaming season of the fourth quarter of 2010. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is, for example, perfect example is today. I have Death Spank footage up that's not completed. The game's not over. It's probably about 2/3 done. And I'm not going to get a chance to play that game again and beat it in time before other games come out. For example, tomorrow Halo Reach comes out. So Twitter will be the place where right after I put this video up, I'm probably going to go to Twitter and say, hey everyone, FYI, Death Spank's on hold for Halo Reach, but if I have time to play it in the meantime, I'll go back to it. I'm definitely going to beat it. I think it's a good game. So that's what I'm going to be using Twitter for. I actually used it over the past couple of days for that kind of stuff. And also just, random things that happen, that go on, with me and my thoughts. I was watching a movie with Jim Carrey. What was it, the number 23? I had some thoughts about that movie. So that's the kind of stuff I'll be putting up on Twitter. So follow along. I think, honestly, it might be a better place than even some of my YouTube pages to figure out what I'm doing with videos. Because right now, having so many different YouTube pages, a lot of people don't know where to go. So spread the word. Twitter, go there. You'll find what's going on with recent games, or what's going on with my playthroughs. Without further ado, let's get into the questions. Some really good ones again, I have to say. I'm very pleased. This is actually making me happy because if you remember when I was doing the friend request ridicule videos, I had to stop making them because I wasn't getting anything good to talk about. This is some good material, so thanks everyone. Without any particular order here, let's see where I should start. Alright, this one's actually kind of important, so let's address this one first. This person says, "Hey Phil, a few months ago someone made a fake John Rambo page on YouTube and a fake channel for Howard as well. We all know that he got scared off a few weeks ago, but apparently he's back because John Rambo actually has a real YouTube page, and this imposter is spamming videos on your main page. Do you have anything to say about this?" And that's from Kyle May. Well, what do I have to say about this? The first thing I want to say is John Rambo does have a YouTube page. It's John Rambo Presents. So nothing else that you see on YouTube is official. John Rambo Presents is my friend John Rambo's official YouTube page. In fact, he now has over 4 days of Japan footage up there. He's in Japan right now, practicing for the Super Battle Opera qualifiers. Go over there, check out his videos, because they're pretty interesting, and they give you some pretty cool insight into the country over there. But what do I have to say about the imposter? I guess nothing much, just that he's a cock-sucking, uncle-fucking piece of shit, pillow-biting, fucking milk-dug-chugging, cum-guzzling piece of garbage who's trying to basically, be an imposter and pretend like he's John Rambo to try to get donations. So, again, everyone, listen. John Rambo's official page is John Rambo Presents. He also has a Twitter account. It's Super John Rambo. Besides those two things, or anything you see on my page that I put up, don't trust anyone, because there are people out there, it's sad to say, there are people out there that are trying to take advantage of you because you maybe want to help John out because he's in Japan and he has this expensive trip and you want to support him for SBO. They're trying to trick you into donate to fake causes. So don't believe it. Only go to those official things that I just talked about. Okay. Next question. I don't know if you've answered this question before, but I want to make sure. If you know that a game is going to be short and not that good, why buy the game? Wouldn't renting the game save you some money? Even if you do trade your games back in, GameStop doesn't give you a good percentage of what you actually paid for to begin with. And that's from Daniel Perez. Well, Daniel, I can't remember if in a DSP inbox I've addressed this before. I know I've addressed it before in channel updates and things like that. But I guess this is a good venue to talk about it. I don't rent games, and there's a very simple reason why. You can't get good games, new games on release day. Like, for example, Halo Reach. Tomorrow, if I tried to rent Halo Reach, you know how long it would take me to get Halo Reach? Unless I completely lucked out if I tried to get it from, let's say, GameFly, or even if I went to the local Blockbuster Video or game rental store, I'm not going to get it. That's the problem with game rental places, is that they're extremely high demand because it's people that can't afford the games go there to try to rent the games. So, sure, I could do that, but the problem is my game playthroughs would probably be weeks old for a lot of these newer games, like Halo, like Fallout, like all the games that people are going to want to see on release. So, yes, if I wanted to save money, I could do that, but overall, for the quality of the video, for the popularity of the video, for when people want to see these playthroughs, it wouldn't work, and it just wouldn't make sense. And it's actually funny because I had a friend who wanted to play Batman Arkham Asylum last year, and he didn't want to buy the game. He tried to get it from GameFly. Well, if you remember, I bought the game on release day. I beat it within about a week. He couldn't get the game for over 2 months. He kept trying, he kept putting it on his list. I want the game, I want the game. They kept sending him shit games that he didn't want. And then finally, after 2 months, he got it, and he was like, I don't care anymore. It's fucking 2 months later. Everyone has already played the game besides me. I don't want to play this anymore. So that's the reason why I don't rent games. I want to play them right away when they're new. I don't want to wait. That's the way that the videos are going to become the most popular, and that's why I buy the games. So, oh boy. Alright, this next one's a doozy, so I want to warn everyone, because I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff that I've never talked about before, or I've kind of alluded to, but I've never really elaborated on. Question goes, hi DSP, I was wondering if Machinima has ever offered you a contract. Have they? Many Machinima directors, like Wings of Redemption, Blame Truth, FPS Kyle, and Woody's Gamertag, for example, have been getting their main accounts turned partner channel by Machinima. That's a lie. Machinima has nothing to do with getting your actual main account turned partner. More than likely what's happening is those people are putting their videos up on Machinima and then just linking them to their own page. So maybe it looks like those videos are partner videos, but they're not. Those videos are partner videos for Machinima. Machinima makes the money, and then whatever contract those people have with Machinima, that's how they make money off of those videos. So don't be fooled. Machinima's not turning anyone's channel's partner. They're taking all of the money for those ads. So just to make that clear. Now, he says, with the sheer number of videos that you upload every day, I'm sure if Machinima ever offered you a contract and turned your channel's partner, there'd be an extremely large payout for you. And that's from Pinwheel Kick. Well, pinwheel kick, bottom line is this. Just a little bit under a year ago, I was offered a contract by Machinima. And first of all, the contract was no obligation, so I read it and I was like, okay, and I signed it, but I never agreed to ever give them any content. And I did that for a reason, because I wanted to see, I know business. A lot of people don't know this about me. I have a business degree, okay? I went to college, I graduated, I have a Bachelor of Science in Business. That's actually a major in finance, and so I know how businesses work. I knew that as soon as I signed the dotted line on that contract, that immediately a new listing of rules and regulations and terms and agreements were going to come flying at me, because that's how they do these open contracts. They try to trick you with that kind of stuff. So I never gave them any content. I signed the initial contract, and I waited, and I wanted to see what was going to happen. So just as what I expected would happen is exactly what happened. And the day after I signed the contract, they sent me another one, which was basically their terms and regulations on how to put videos up on Machinima.com and also on their pages on YouTube. By the way, back then they only had one page. Since then they've had a new page. And basically the bottom line was this. They all of a sudden sprung on me all these kinds of terms, conditions, and requirements that they had never even mentioned before I signed the contract. It was, in my opinion, it was a slap in the face. It was very unprofessional to do it that way, because I had asked them a lot of questions up front regarding that kind of stuff. They were like, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. And then they sprung all this new stuff on me. So I could see, for example, if I were a teenager and I didn't have a full-time job, and this weren't just my hobby, maybe this were something that I was aspiring to do, like, for example, Blame Truth. He's a really good player, and a lot of people love his videos on Machinima. And maybe one day this guy will become a pro player, and hell, maybe he'll do this for life. Who knows? Maybe this will be his job. He'll play games like Modern Warfare 2 in the pro circuits. Well, for him, it might be a good idea to try to do this full-time and make full-time videos for Machinima. But for me, like I've always said, the reason that I pride myself on my videos is, number one, I'm completely independent. I don't get paid to do what I do, so I can say whatever the fuck I want and no one can censor me. And number two, because it's my hobby. This is something I do in my free time. It's not something I consider a full-time job, so there's really no pressure for me to do my video one way or say this or say that to try to get more views or anything like that. And basically, Machinima kind of slapped me in the face, because some of the terms, let me give you an example of some of the terms that I didn't like. They all of a sudden said, well, if you're going to put your videos up on our website, we want it this certain file format. And I said, well, wait a minute, my camera records in this one file format. You want me to do another file format, so you're basically telling me that every single video that I make, that I put on Machinima, you want me to run through a video conversion program. Well, that takes a lot of time. In fact, for most videos, it takes real time. So for example, let's say I played for 5 hours today. Now I need to run 5 hours of videos through a video converter, so I can't just give that content to Machinima. I have to spend 10 hours of work for 5 hours of video content. And for some people, they might say that's not a big deal. Everyone's used to video conversion. Everyone's used to video editing before they submit their videos. But I'm different from everyone else, and that's my point. That's what I've been trying to get across to everyone. Number one, it's my hobby. I don't have a monstrous amount of time to focus on it because it's not my job. And number two, the way that I make videos, the way that I make my playthroughs is rapid fire at a pace where I'm done with the game within a couple of days. If I have to constantly be editing and converting my footage, it's not going to happen. So for example, Spider-Man, which I finished on Friday last week, I started on Tuesday last week, I wouldn't have finished on Friday. I would have ended up probably playing Spider-Man for over a full week, maybe even into the time now that I'm supposed to be starting Halo Reach tomorrow, and that would have been very disappointing for everyone. Everyone wants to see me play the best games. So it's better for everyone, for me, for the viewer, that I don't have to constantly edit and convert this footage. But they didn't want to hear that. I said to them, listen, is there any way around it? Well, you know, everyone kind of conforms to what we asked for. Those are our rules. Another rule that they wanted is at the beginning and ending of every single video I gave them, they wanted me to get their animated fucking logo of Machinima. And it's like, no. Like, if you want to do that, fine. I'll give you the video footage and you put that on the video. Why do I have to do that? That's ridiculous. This is, think of it this way, and don't take this the wrong way, because in no way do I think that I am anywhere near as entertaining or important as, say, a movie star. But I'm the talent here, okay? So when Tom Cruise gets hired and signed on a contract to go make a movie, Does the fucking person who produces the movie say to him, "Oh Tom, by the way, be sure to give us the film and edit all the film for us and put in all the special effects and submit the movie to us"? No, they say, "Tom, you're the talent, you act, and then we put all the ads and the marketing and everything that we need, we'll do ourselves." And it's the same thing. I'm the talent. All I'm doing is I'm playing a game and I'm giving my live commentary and jokes to it. That's my talent. My talent isn't video editing. I never said I wanted to be a professional video editor and go make movies. I never wanted to do that, and I have no intention of wanting to do that. I'm not a filmmaker. So for Machinima to put that kind of restraint on me is ridiculous. And in addition to that, some other constraint, they were, "Oh, we typically don't like videos that are 10 minutes long. We only like videos that are 5 minutes long." And I'm just being hypothetical here. I don't really remember exactly what the terms were. But it was little stupid things like that. And it would be something if it was one thing, but it was like thing after thing after thing. And I'm looking at this fucking new contract, I'm like, why didn't they tell me this up front? Why couldn't they have disclosed this information to me up front? And again, if I were a kid who I didn't have a full-time job, I didn't have a life outside of what I do on YouTube, I might have said, okay, well, big deal, I'll spend the extra time because it might mean I make some money. But the bottom line is, I don't have that kind of fucking time to waste on these people, and the bottom line is they're lazy. All they want to do is they want to take their channel, which, by the way, they didn't earn their popularity. They've signed other people to make their channel popular, and they want to go and use my content to make money for them. And then the other thing that really pissed me off, there's no guaranteed payout. Meaning it's not like, Phil, we'll sign you a contract and we'll pay you $20,000 this year as long as you submit 40 or 400 videos, something like that. It's not. It's actually view-based. And it was like, you have to get a certain amount of views, and it's a lot of views, by the way. It's not some little pittance of views, like 1,000 views. It's a shitload of views. And like, once you get that, we'll give you a base amount of money for that video, and then for every certain number of 1,000 views above that that video gets, we'll pay you another set amount. And don't get me wrong, a lot of my videos that I have put up have gotten way, way, way above what that threshold was to start getting paid. But the bottom line is there's no guarantee. So what is the point of me doing double to triple work on a video, submitting it to a company who, number one, has no obligation to ever put that video up on their site, and number two, may never even promote that video to the point where it gets the amount of views where I get paid. So for example, let's say, and I'm going to be honest, let's say I played Heavy Rain and I had given that playthrough to Machinima. Well, guess what? Machinima wanted that playthrough. They actually specifically asked me for it. And as everyone knows who's seen it, it's actually ended up being one of my best playthroughs of all time. There's no guarantee that Machinima would have kept it up on their main page. They might have put it up as the main video, for an hour, and then taken it down and put up a Modern Warfare 2 video, and then taken it down and put up another fucking bullshit video. Who would have seen it? The reason that everyone saw it was because they were the main videos on my page. So the way that Machinima promotes the videos doesn't really work unless there's a word of mouth factor. I would have basically had to convince every single fan, every viewer who goes to my channel to go watch my videos on Machinima and hope and pray that they all go over there, because I would have never hit the threshold of viewers that they wanted if they didn't. So it would have been a complete waste of my time, and it would have broken up the playthrough. It would have been twice as amount of parts, which everyone gets frustrated on when a playthrough's too many parts. And the quality overall would have been lower because it would have taken me way longer to finish the playthrough. It would have had to have all this bullshit editing. It would have been stupid. So I'm glad I didn't do what they wanted me to do. I'm glad I didn't give in. I'm glad I decided to be an individual. And you know what? So what? I don't make a lot of money doing what I'm doing right now. Let me tell you this. I appreciate every donation that I get. All of them go towards equipment and things for my videos, and all also the merchandise that people buy, and people who go and they're nice enough to go on my partner channel and watch those videos and click the ads and things like that. Anything that I make off of this, I'm extremely appreciative of, and that's all. I'm not looking to become rich or make this my life. So all I have to really say is fuck you, Machinima, because you pissed me off. You disrespected me. You lied to me up front. You tried to get me to sign the contract quickly. Then you sprung all these terms and conditions on me. You didn't want to work with me. I offered to give you my videos if you had put that editing and stuff on yourself. You refused. And now what happened? Your channel, Machinima Respawn, which you wanted me to be a major part of the launch of, now has, oh gee, 5 billion fucking Modern Warfare 2 videos, and nothing else is successful at all on that channel. So congratulations for fucking yourself and signing all the no talent who got you 0 fucking additional viewers, and now you have 2 channels of all Modern Warfare 2 instead of just 1. Congratulations, good for you. So that's the story with Machinima. That's why I'm never going to work for those guys unless they change their minds and actually decide to work with me, which they were not willing to do before. And that's that. So still got a bunch of questions to go, but I know that was a long explanation. A lot of people wanted to hear that explanation. So let me split the video here, and when I come back, we'll do part 2 of this inbox edition.